We've been gone for a minute. Now we're back with the kickoff because, football season. Wasn't that really clever? Right? I know, thanks. I'm Shatara Stokes for those of you who do not know who I am.
Or if you just don't remember, I'm Jaslyn Eddings.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Devon Robb, and welcome to the Cookout.
Awesome. I wanted to kick off our episode today with our MOA Minute and take a second to congratulate this year's class of MOA's Rising Stars. As a former Rising Star myself, I know how amazing and just transformational this program can be, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you have a great year.
Yes, definitely congrats to all the Rising Stars out there. I look forward to meeting you all, or those who we haven't met yet. Talking about, speaking of the stars, there are a lot of stars right now that they aren't working. We're talking about the stars out there in LA because there's a writer strike that's going on. So there's a lot of shows that aren't being recorded, movies that are supposed to be released soon that might not be getting released soon because these writers say, "Hey, we need you all to pay us." So, Jazz and Shatara, what are y'all's thoughts? Today's hot tea is about this writer strike. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
Well, today I realized that it's been going on since May. I was like, dang.
Yeah, I think it's like 154 days or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
And because I'm a nerd, I then Googled what's the longest strike, and it was the Collier strike from 1954 to 1965. I hope this doesn't go that long, but just a little fun history fact for you all. And for the math that you don't feel like doing, that's 11 years. You're welcome.
I'm interested to see how this changes TV. I mean, Netflix, Hulu, what have you. And I wonder if it's causing people to watch more sporting events because they're live and they are still happening. Like, are people watching games because that's the only thing on TV? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more of an ESPN person myself. So most of the time, what I'm watching is normally sports. I will say this past summer, I got hooked on SWAT. So I hope it doesn't delay SWAT too long because that's actually a pretty good show. I was talking to some student athletes. They're like, "Oh, they love that show as well." So we'll see how things go.
Okay, I just started SWAT last night because Shamar is amazing. And I wish Criminal Minds would come back, actually.
Amazing.
Great. Shamar is great.
Yeah.
And SWAT's been really good so far. So agreed.
It's funny too. This quick SWAT story. I was talking with one of our coaches yesterday, and one of his friends he calls Hendo, and I accidentally called him Hondo because of SWAT. So definitely have SWAT on the mind. I definitely understand the writers. Especially with all the streaming and whatnot. They say, "Hey, we want to make sure we're getting paid equally." So I understand where they're coming from, and hopefully, that the strike ends soon and we all can get back to watching whatever our favorite shows are. So let's say, Shatara, do you have a show that you think is being affected by the strike?
Oh, definitely. A lot of them. However, first of all, Abbott, I was really sad about Abbott not being on right now. But I also will say that I am a reality competition show junkie. So, and there's like 4 seasons of The Challenge that are about to come out. Big Brother's on, Survivor's on. So I'm living right now. Doesn't mean I don't know what the shows will come back, but I'm not lacking TV. But what I will say is you all can stop upcharging the streaming services because what is the extra money going to? If you're not paying them, what's the money going to? When you want to pay them, then you can charge us more. But until then,
Yeah, until you bring all my shows back, we can keep this price steady.
Or lower that thing.
We shall see. We shall see. Well, hopefully by the time the next recording out, the strike is over. But if not, hey, at least we don't have any writers for Welcome to the Cookout. So you're going to get us all natural, So
if you couldn't tell, no one writes this.
No, that's it for today's hot tea, and on to the next one.
So we all work in higher education where we serve student athletes, and one of the best ways we can serve them is by growing ourselves through leadership development. Today, we're going to talk about the opportunities provided to us to do just that. We have the ultimate gem dropper as our guest today, the 2023 WBL Impact Award-winning Career Development Professional of the Year for Adult Learners, the NCAA's Director of Leadership Development, Lamarr Pottinger. Hello, welcome.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey,
I love
hey,
it. I love it. I love the intro. Thank you.
we're also gonna call him George Jefferson because he recently just got a promotion, so now he is the director. He moving on up, so congrats on the promotion, boss man.
Yes.
Thank you. Grateful for sure. Happy to be here.
So here at the Cookout, we're a family and family checks in on each other. So before we dive into the questions, we're just gonna ask you, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm blessed. Like Vaughn said, just got promoted, which is great to be able to stay and continue to do the impact with leadership development. I was telling Felicia, our senior vice president, that I feel like I got like a contract extension. So that's pretty cool. But other than that, I'm good. Family's good, and just continue to ready to grow and expand. So.
Well, we love to hear that.
And y'all doing some big things over there. You mentioned Felicia Martin, the VP and everything. She's heading up. So you got, I want to say like she's like Suge Knight or something like that. But she's definitely the main the GM that's crushing it. And then you got the head coach Dee, who got a promotion as well. So everybody loves Dee and her amazing leadership. Like I said, you got you there. You all just brought on Mark Trumbo from Syracuse. So like that was a huge signing.
Yeah.
And I also say, you got the sleeper as well. You got Ashley. So
Ashley, there you go. Yep, that's the sleeper for sure. That's
I'm kind of
number one role player right there.
Exactly. I'm saying I like. I'm a movie person. We're just talking about like the writer's strike, but one of the movies I like is Transformers. So to me, like Ashley's like Bumblebee, right? Not many people know about her, but when she come in, she come with the boom. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. Definitely excited to see what she does.
Absolutely.
What Transformer am I?
Good question. Let me think on that.
I don't think I want the answer. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get a little background about you, Lamarr. Can you take us through your background and what brought you to the NCAA?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to the Windy City. My family is from Jamaica though, so I claim Jamaican American. Everyone was born there except for me. So that's the running joke, is that kind of anchored us down in the US by being born here. I grew up loving sports. I did every sport probably except for baseball, starting with soccer, track and field, football, basketball, all those things through high school, and then was able to get a scholarship to Eastern Illinois University, where I ran track and field there, and was there for 5 years. We'll say I redshirted my freshman year. We don't have enough time to get into that story, but it's cliche, but it's kind of it's a real story. The NCAA and specifically leadership development has been a dream job for me ever since I was a junior in college. I was able to go to the Student Athlete Leadership Forum as a participant back then, and that changed my life and changed my perspective on the NCAA and just really, helping people develop people and mentor them. So had a great 4 days there in Chicago, had fun, learned a lot about leadership, and met my current mentor now that lives in Chicago. She was working at the NCAA back then in leadership development, which is again another, full circle moment. But I applied for the internship that we run in our department twice. Didn't get it, unfortunately, but my mentor and Justin Pasinger, a good mentor of mine that worked in leadership development as well, told me to stay close, be involved, stay persistent, and you never know what could happen. So kind of fast forward through a number of different stops, Jacksonville University in Florida, Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, and then Texas Tech in Lubbock, Texas. You could say I've been all over the country, but you know, I always had this theme and kind of passion of you know, supporting student athletes, developing them, helping them for not just life after sport, but life during sport as well. And was able to get an opportunity through the Leadership Institute that I know that we'll talk about in a second, but was approached by Dee, my boss now, and asked me if I wanted to be a part of the NCAA leadership development. And I just told her when to sign up. So I had a lot of different experiences. I've been through probably every program we have that I was eligible for, except for our coaches programs, and really just stayed persistent, stayed connected, you know, did all the things that we tell people to do now: network, build relationships, do the work, and it'll pay off. So it's paid off for me. And been here now with the NCAA going into my 5th year this year. So it's been good.
That's awesome. You mentioned the Leadership Institute, which we did want to talk about. It's become so well known throughout the industry. And as a current participant myself, I agree it's really special. But what do you think makes LI so special?
LI is so special. I think it's the investment of not only our staff and the resources that we put into it, but the investment of the alumni that are a part of it as well. So looking at, we just had some stats from like our application from the spring come out a few weeks ago, and it was, how did you hear about this program? And it, you know, social media, newsletter, a colleague in your department, or an alumni of the program, or leadership development alumni in general. And for LI, we had almost 100 applications, and over 50% of the applicants said that they heard from it from an alumni of the program. You know, which is a surprise, but not a surprise of just how we had a conversation right before we started here, and persuading some individuals to apply and get involved as well. So that's a big part of what makes it special, the investment of our staff, but the community of the alumni. And then, you know, it's a 2-week over the span of, you know, a year or 2 years, however you want to look at it, of intensive leadership development for those individuals. And a lot of different conferences or programs that you see are maybe a day, few hours, 2 days, etc. But you're looking at, you know, 10 to 11 days of investment over the span of 2 summers. So that in itself is special, because that's a lot of time and energy that is put in. And then we do a lot of unique things within that time to help people really get developed and kind of make things in real time. And that's, you know, a couple of things to talk about it being special without giving it away for those that haven't been through it.
No, LI is definitely an amazing program. I love it. You know, I'm an alum of the best class to ever come to the LI program. You know,
Here we go.
So excited about that one. No, definitely got to put that out there.
I don't know. Jazz group, they look. If I get one more gift, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this group. They different. You know.
You said
You heard
gift?
it from Lamarr himself.
Did you say gift? Hold on, are they giving you gifts?
It's a combination of them being already unique and special, and then the gratitude, the high level of gratitude that they have. You know,
so in other words, Lamarr, you're saying that we can never have you judge a competition because somebody can easily buy you off.
Not at all. I let off with
that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like no.
And I said there's some gratitude.
Gratitude, thank you. So if I show my gratitude to you, that in a talent show, that means that, you know, you might go ahead and allow me to win that talent show because how grateful I was for you being a boss for that talent show. Okay, I got you.
It sound very genuine. We had genuine gratitude that we built together in a week's time. Get with it or get lost.
For sure.
Wow. You know what, Jazz, you look at fave. No,
we will pause the conversation here and just say that my class is the best class at LI.
Well,
No, Lamarr, since you are the guest at the cookout, we're going to go ahead and let you live with that one.
I appreciate that.
We treat our guests with respect and love, so we'll let you have that one. But hey, we all love LI. It's an amazing program, but you all at Leadership Development do so much more than just LI, so can you just enlighten our listeners and tell them what are some of the programs that you love to put on, or some of the services that you love to provide to those in the membership and outside the membership as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, to your point, there's a lot that we do. So I'll highlight a few specifically that are coming up that have been instrumental within the membership and association. So one, our Emerging Leaders Seminar, which is for graduate assistants and interns within athletic departments, and that's been going on for over 10 years, almost 13 years now, where we bring in those individuals to the national office at Indy for 3 days to continue to help them advance and stay within the industry, right? We want to retain those individuals and cater to them. But that one is a big one coming back in person this year. It's been virtual for the last 3 years due to COVID and some other things within our building. The other two that I would say is really impactful, that's a service, but also another unique professional development opportunity, is being a facilitator of our Student Athlete Leadership Forum. And then now this year, we'll offer an application for administrators and coaches to be a facilitator for the Career in Sports Forum. So pretty much you think of them as the leaders and faculty of a group of 30 student athletes out of 300 that would take them through a leadership or career development journey throughout those 3 or 4 days. So not only is it a lot of information that the administrator gets to be able to facilitate and teach to student athletes, it's also different tools that they get to bring back to their campuses and conferences and teams to be able to facilitate and do that with their student athletes on their campus. And then again, just enhance those different facilitation, presentation, teaching skills for those individuals, and maximize that as well. So instead of just impacting 300 student athletes through that program, the 20 facilitators that we have, you times that plus that 400 to 500 student athletes they may have on their campus, that just amplifies the impact that it can have too. So those three I would say kind of recommending right now. And those applications open October 2nd and close November 11th of this year.
And Mark, no, I think one thing to highlight as well, I want to say most of them, if not all of them, most of your programming free, like for student athletes and administrators?
Yep. So our student athletes one are fully funded, so they don't pay for anything. We pay for their flights, meals, lodging, and then all of our programs we pay for lodging and meals. And we fly in some of the speakers, but most times for our programs the administrators will have to cover their travel, but other than that we take care of everything. So you can say yes, free. You just got to put a little stake in the game and get there. But those two programs for facilitators, we do pay for travel for those. So those two opportunities would be free. Yeah.
Awesome.
Good add-on, Devon, because I know there are a lot of people that feel like they can't take advantage of opportunities like this because of the money situation. So glad you brought that up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lamarr, when you're developing the curriculum for leadership development programming, what are the main takeaways that you hope cohorts gain?
The biggest one is self-awareness, and that's pretty broad, but a lot of what we do within the program center around, right? So it's not just a we thing, it's a universal thing that if you don't know who you are and who you want to be, you really can't help anyone else or lead anyone else or really have a sense of direction of where you want to go, right? So a lot of the curriculum that we do is centered around self-awareness, whether it's a DISC assessment or some other leadership style personality style assessment, covering your core values, what are your passions, figuring out what are your strengths, what are the areas you need to improve on, all of these things to then help you kind of internalize and figure out, okay, I'm Lamarr, I'm very energetic, I love to get things done, I like to be innovative, I like to be creative, I can get in the details, but I would like to shy away from it. That means I need to hire someone that is really good with the details. These are the people I need to surround myself on. Here's the path that I need to go. Here's the type of career that I want to go in, because now I know who I am and the type of people that I want to be around. So that is a big core of our program, of that high level of self-awareness. And that's everything from student athletes, coaches, all the way up to administrators that even want to be, ADs and commissioners. So that's a major one. The other major one is always going back to the student athlete experience and impacting the student athlete. So while we're doing the student athlete part, obviously we're with them, but when we do coaches and administrators, we're in the philosophy of the indirect approach of, if we can make Jazz a better leader and make her whole, right, that will only help the student athletes that she works with even more. And that's the other piece of making sure we always kind of have it centered back to the people that they're serving, which is the student athletes as well. Yeah.
So to tack on to that, outside of the takeaways from the curriculums that you all create, these cohorts happen, right? How do they continue to stay in touch? How do you foster the sense of community? Like, what do you do to help them stay in touch and support each other?
Yeah. We so the community part actually is one of our core values internally of a lot of our curriculum and our program. So we build it in to the program of anything from something social to maybe doing a project together to kind of build that community, right? But afterwards, we really encourage the learners to we got a special guest coming through. We really we really encourage the learners to build that community afterwards by just talking about how important the peer-to-peer education is, right? That peer-to-peer education with each other is more sometimes valuable than having a teacher in front of the room teach you something, right? So how can we create that network with each other to then help get jobs or get recommendations on how to effectively do a new project as well? So we don't control any of the group me's or the LinkedIn groups or anything like that, but if it doesn't happen organically, we might throw out a seed and say, hey, you might want to put a group me together. You might want to put a group chat together so that you all can stay connected as well.
Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. So what advice would you have, Lamarr, for somebody who's looking to apply into one of these leadership development programs?
Be persistent. One, it is, there's a 500,000 student athletes in the NCAA. There's 3 divisions. There's 1,100 institutions. There is 7 full-time leadership development staff members, and there's, depending on the year, there's only 14 programs. So while we want to help and serve everyone, we just don't have that capacity to do so. So, you may be a great applicant and have a great application, but someone might have a better one, or, they might have a different approach to it. So that would be the first thing, is just be persistent. If you want to be in a program and you don't get it the first time or even the second time, try that third or fourth time as well. I would say be able to articulate the why you want to be in the program. That's a big question that we always ask, no matter what the program is just why us? Why this program? Why do you want to be a part of it? How is it going to help you? So as best as you can, try to articulate that why when going through the application process. And then the third piece I would say is the small things matter, right? So everything from attention to detail, right? You know, this isn't a job application, but again, it's a competitive application depending on the program. So, you know, everything that you submit, you know, I would say get another pair of eyes or another couple pair of eyes on it, because attention to detail matters. And, you know, we try to give grace and help people. But again, when you got 18 slots for a leadership institute, you got 100 people applying, you know, you got to figure out how to separate people in that regard too. So, yeah.
You know, so Lamarr, for this past year, pretty much every year, LI, you know, likes to send home their participants with several books. You know, and you know, right on cue, you know, you got all those books behind you and your background there. I'm sure you've read every single one of those books that are behind
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
Know, so you know, so if you could recommend one book to our those who are watching it and listening, what book would it be and why?
One book, just one. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna go with Radical Candor by Kim Scott. As you can see, I did read this one. Look at the tabs here. I did read this one. But Radical Candor, it talks about really the combination of challenging people directly and then caring about them passionately. And that's a big part of my leadership philosophy and just how I like to get things done. And the book is really good because the first half is, you know, talking about the different components of Radical Candor and what to do. But then the latter half of the book is like the actual tangible how, examples, giving you tips and strategies that you can use within the framework of it so that you can apply it to your day-to-day work as well. So
hold on, I'm just putting it in my Amazon cart.
Yeah, go ahead. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm back. If you had an unlimited budget, what is something you like to add to leadership development programming?
Unlimited.
So one, we'll help you out. So you need to have an LI cruise to the Bahamas, you know, you know, that I think that would be an amazing program.
Gotcha. I
We
got
can pilot it next year.
I got look at that. Honestly, I would do something overseas. I think you know, schools do it. They got the foreign tours and study abroad and those things there. I would really love for us to be able to do a leadership development program, whether it be our leadership forum for student athletes or a leadership institute or pathway overseas to learn the global differences and similarities when it comes to leadership. So that would be definitely something that I would maximize if we just could spend all the money in the world. I think the other thing would be micro internships for student athletes while they're in school. So you know, we know how the virtual and remote world works now. So being able to provide funding for student athletes to get micro internships remote throughout the NCAA would be something else I would use. That way they get some level of experience. They're tied into us as well. And then they can, you know, kind of pipeline into either our postgrad internship program or, you know, be able to go to campus or conference and work there as well. So the budget guys out there, if you
question, this is obviously,
well, that's what we need if we can get a little bit more funding. Yeah.
All right, Lamarr, last question. Obviously, the most burning question everybody needs to know. Music can really bring us together. I think we experienced this in New Orleans. Music's very important.
Yes.
So what songs are on your playlist to keep your day going?
So I'm a big gospel guy. I'm big. That's 90% of my playlist. So it would be Let Praises Rise by Todd Galberth. So that I play that daily. Just gratitude to the man above. But if I'm not doing gospel, anything Chris Brown or Lil Baby. So depending on how I'm feeling, I could go the Lil Baby route. Low Down is a good song. I like that. Mostly because of the little clap and everything. I get a little groove with that one. And then Chris Brown, I got to go back to when he was 16 and go with Yo. That's a classic. I could it's not the same category, but I could dance in the rain to that one. So yeah.
So you hit us with a little holiness, a little chill, and a little ratchet. Okay, I got
yeah.
you.
Look, that's me. That. Look. Praise him first, and we gotta have some fun. So we go there.
It was the dance in the rain for me. Well, that brings us to the end of our Share the Stage portion of the podcast. Thank you, Lamarr, for your valuable insight, and thank you for all that you do to make sure we grow as professionals in this field.
Appreciate you all having me, and look forward to more cookouts in the future.
For sure. Thanks, Lamarr. Appreciate you. All right, everyone. So now it's time for our final segment of the show. It's our mic drop thoughts. This is the time where, Shatar, Jazz, and I, as well as our special guest, Mr. Pottinger here, can go ahead and let everyone know whatever's on our mind. So since he is our guest, since we do have him here at the barbecue, we always let the guests go first. They can always eat first, So Lamarr, what you got for us?
Since he came back, I'm gonna throw him in here. This is Duke. Say hi,
What's up,
Duke.
Duke.
Duke, say hi to everybody.
Say hi, will you? All right, I'll give you that later, okay? Okay. Mic drop topic is the multiple identities of college athletics and being a father, a professional, a son, uncle, all those things, and managing those is definitely a blessing, but it ain't easy. So I always think that parents in general, not just fathers but mothers too, we sometimes have to have this shift of like priorities and things when we have kids coming to play. But what I've learned is that it's just it's a different type of grind, right? So not grinding from 8 a.m. to whenever we get out of study hall. I know, right? 9 o'clock back in the day. But figuring out how to adjust the schedule, adjust the grind to still be the best professional that you can be, but then also be the best husband or wife or partner, or dad, mother, whatever that different identity outside of work is that you want to be. So
I love that you said that, because we go to like the conventions and like there's so many people that will raise their hands, especially, and they'll be like, as a mom, like how do you, and it's always a question about moms. I've never heard a dad raise his hand and ask that question. So I love that you brought that up.
Dope. That's dope. All right. So Jazz, Shatar, who wants to go next?
I can go because I think I had profound things to say before this. Then I got that news about Trayvon Diggs, and now I'm just sad. And so my thought is that I'm sad, and that I need the healing of my God on this man's knees today. Okay, that's all. I'm just sad. Can't have anything.
Yeah, I mean, the America's team was 2-0 so far, or at least while we're recording this right now. So, Trayvon, big prayers up goes out to him. Hopefully he has a full, smooth, and speedy recovery. We're going to miss him in the secondary, but hey, we got a strong defense. So, Shatar, I love that you're a fan of America's team. Lamarr, who's your team?
I was a Tom Brady, still a Tom Brady fan. He's not playing anymore, but honestly, I'm still a Pats fan. They on the struggle bus right now. It's okay. They're gonna get back. those winning days sometime soon, hopefully. But Cowboys is good. My wife is a Cowboys fan. She's from Texas.
White.
So you made a smart decision in the woman that you married. No, awesome job
there. We see who his team is. I really hope they do something.
You and me both.
Us too.
Like they make the playoffs. They get coaching changes. They got a good quarterback.
Talk about this. We don't. Okay. Next.
Sorry, I just want America's team to make it to America's Super Bowl one day. I just want to see it come back.
Wow.
Was that a shot? That wasn't a shot. Was it, Jazz? Was it a shot?
It was fine. It was a little spicy. It was fine. Working on spicy today.
I generally want that for y'all. So you can get back that. So you can get that back. You know.
So Lamarr, I'm sure you seen Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
Yeah.
And you know what Uncle Phil does to Jazz?
So you throwing out Jazz? Is that what you're saying?
He's still salty that you said my class was so great. But
no. I'm talking about Jazzy Jeff. That's you, Lamarr. When you come against my Cowboys, but no, you're still a guest, so we'll let it pass. So right. Jazz, what is your mic drop thought for today?
Okay, I was feeling a little spicy before we got on to do this recording, so I'm going to go back to a quote from my LI cohort. It's okay, we can feel all of our feelings, and we might look like we soft, but we ain't, and that's okay. That's all I got.
Whoa.
Never let's. I remember your speaker. She literally did drop the mic and walked off the stage after she said that, which was funny. But that's what's up. That's what's up. So for me, I would say it's two things. One is going back to that book. I'm definitely going to read the book you mentioned, Lamarr, Radical Candor, because I know it talks about how to, in a sense, make people better, but also show that you care. And I think that's something that a lot of leaders miss out on. A lot of leaders know how to get the job done that needs to get done today. They know how to be visionaries and look towards the future and how to get there. But a lot of people aren't looking beside them and looking at the folks who's doing the work and doing the work for them. And we need more leaders to show that they actually care about the people who they work with. And I think when leaders start to do that, for example, if I'm leading somebody like Lamarr, not only do I want you to do well, but I'm asking, hey, how are your kids doing? How's your wife doing? I'm showing you that I actually care about you. And when leaders do that, they actually it shows in the workplace. Like you said, that's why y'all do so much for the coaches and administrators, so then they can go ahead and in turn show that same type of service to the student athletes. So we definitely have to make sure we show more care to those that we lead. And then the second part, especially similar to yourself, Lamarr, like I too am the benefactor of a lot of the leadership development programming. And I want to encourage every university or program or conference office out there to definitely send your staff and your student athletes to the LD programming. Like it's benefited me greatly. And there's no such thing as being the perfect leader. We all can learn and grow, so I would definitely encourage everyone, no matter what level you are, entry level, senior level, student athletes or whatnot, make sure you attend that programming. As you mentioned before, most of it, if not all of it, is $3.99, the best price in America. So take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
So once again, Lamarr, we just want to say thank you for gracing us with your presence. Really appreciate having you on, and sharing with the world, and all our viewers what LD has to offer. You are definitely one of the bright spots at the national office. So we appreciate all that you, Dee, Mark, Ashley, and so many other folks are doing there. And ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you enjoyed the show. We look forward to coming back to you next month so you can see what we have up next. But in the meantime, good luck to all your fall sports. Good luck to the winter sports that are about to start. And we'll see you next month. Have a good one.